Hey guys, how's it going? Long time no tarot. I've been busy. I've been so busy. It's been an interesting journey the past few months. Oh my God, I haven't done collective readings since January, early February. I think the last one I did was the collective energy reading for the 2021 forecast. So it's been a while. God, I moved. Moved my life 3.5 hours away from what I was used to for the past nearly 10 years of my life. New job, back to a career that I love. And the past month I've been working on my tarot. Sorry, it's so dark in here. I'm working on my tarot, and I've been working with a group of experienced ladies, experienced tarot readers, and I've been going through a bit of a vetting process, where I'm getting some reviews and stuff and really getting green tea tarot up off the ground. So that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. And now I'm just doing zodiac readings for April. So it's been a while. I've been out of touch, and to just kind of get myself back in touch with the collective energies for the signs that follow my page, I'm going to do a most recent, past, current, and future energy. We've done them before. I'm going to do this one for Aquarius. I have the 3 decks. Well, I usually work with 2, but today I have 3. I've got the Rider-Waite, and this one is the Light Vision Tarot by James R. Eads. And this one I use all the time, Kim Cran's Wild Unknown deck here. And I think I'm going to use them all. This one here, I really, really do love this deck, okay? The reason I don't use it is because it is so intricate, and sometimes I go so fast. I'd really have to slow things down to actually show you the depiction in each card. But I do love this deck, and I feel like it rings true to a lot of messages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one to pull out the major signifiers, past, current, and future, as well as get an overall energy card for the reading. And then the Rider-Waite I will clarify the whole reading with, and then the Kim Cran's, I'm going to pull any last universal messages from it. So I've done a meditation already, and I've shuffled the cards, did a mini read for myself just to get myself back into the swing of it, just to get an idea of what the energy is like right now. And the energy that I pulled was loneliness. Sorry, a bunch of cards just fell out. I was not ready, so I'm not even going to acknowledge them just yet. But yeah, there's this there was this underlying tone, this underlying resonance of loneliness. And it wasn't you're not okay with yourself. It's not what I was getting from it. It was more how nice would it be to have a true equivalent in your life? Especially, I also got the sense that there's just for a while been this negative chaos that seems to go around, and you're just done with it, and how nice would it be just to have loving people around you? Okay, so just looking at what's here. Let's pull the first card to represent the most recent past, just to kind of bring me up to speed with what's been going on for Aquarius. 2 cards fell out. I will take them both. Okay, so the Fool. Sorry, I'll hold them closer just so you can actually see what this looks like in this deck. The Fool, as well as the 4 of Swords. So this is about a new path, a new journey. And I think just taking a break, okay? I mean, if you look at this card here with the big pelican, okay? Reprieve. I think there's obviously a situation you needed to retreat from, okay? If we look here at the Fool card, all of this very rocky water going on around this pelican, the wind is blowing, and he's just trying to find his calm up there on his pole. God, someone throw me a lifesaver, please. You know what I mean? And no one's going to throw me a lifesaver. I'm going to save myself. And so I feel that there was this exodus for you from people maybe social media, just like an exit, not a grand one, just an exodus of your own. That's what it felt like. But we're going to clarify on this, okay? Let's continue. I'm going to pull a card or cards for the most current energy. Let's see what they are all about. 4 fell out, and I'm just going to take them. Okay, so the Ace of Wands right here. The 5 of Wands. Strength. The Sun. Sorry, I should hold these longer. I'm sorry, there's so much to see in them. Show you again what strength looks like. There's that lion, all the lions. I love the way this card is depicted, and we'll get into that in a minute. The Sun and the King of Cups. Now, as I was doing this meditation, okay, the sense that I got was in regards to the loneliness. I did feel like that this was like going in the way of a relationship reading to a degree. And what I got from it was almost like you questioning yourself if you are ready. The 8 of Swords also kept popping up, and this is about being caught in your head and like having control of your emotions while your mind is swirling. And that's what the Strength card is all about. And I like the way that this one is depicted. In the Rider-Waite deck, it's much different. There's this woman, and she's like grasping the lion and opening the lion's mouth, and the lion's very calm and very willing to let her do that. And she's like, doesn't even need to tame it. There's a good relationship between the lion and this woman. I like the way that this one is depicted because I feel like the lions represent our internal emotions, and the ones that are primitive, the ones that make us reactionary. I think, look at how many there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a bunch of them. And you see this guy, there's this person here, okay? And I feel like these lions represent your own internal cries, your own internal chaos, and maybe the things that you tell yourself. Like I picture you with a new person in your life, and you kind of questioning yourself constantly. And because you're questioning yourself constantly, instead of just going with the flow, the ebb and flow of what's going on around you in the moment, it almost felt like it led to self-sabotage. But the desire to have companionship, and I'm talking on like a one-on-one intimate level, just kept resonating and just kept coming through. But it almost feels like trauma of the past. I feel like these lions, every single one of them, okay, is something from the past that surfaces when your heart comes into play in the moment. But this Ace of Wands represents, to me, the passion and desire, how happy it would make you to have an equal equivalent in your life, someone that sings to your heart with this King of Cups. Okay? So far, I feel like this reading's kind of going out to my single people. I read generally, okay, but if something is ringing through true, if I feel like this is going like in a love direction or a career direction, I listen to my gut, and I kind of feel like that's where this is going to a degree, whether you're in a relationship or not. I feel like there's the desire to step up yourself and really start owning this part of your life, because I feel like it hasn't always been easy. I feel like at times it's felt awkward for you, foreign. That's what comes to mind. Yeah, the King of Swords. Okay, you've got the King of Cups here in your current energy. Just, I want to take note of this in the bottom of the deck. The King of Swords here. Okay, Aquarius, this is you. Okay, the King of Swords travels the road alone, and they're so used to it. They're so used to being on their own, and like they've tasted the hardships of the world, which is why they have a hard outer shell. But deep down under that shell, they're just like emotional teddy bears. I have a variety of drinks going on tonight, so I'm just, doing my thing. Don't mind me. I'm so dry. I hear my husband. Drink some water. Let's look at your future energy. When I say future, I feel like this has like brought me up to speed over the past couple of months into the current. And this is going to represent what's going to be coming up in April, potentially, depending on the choices that you make for yourself, the energy that you put into your own life, right? Because the future is always mutable. These are just things to consider to help guide your month. Yeah, yep. Okay. A lot of these cards came up in the meditation. The Nine of Pentacles came up a lot. This is about independence, and it sings to being almost like a shadow of the King of Swords that I was just talking about. Like, this is really standing alone and being happy with it and being used to it. But I don't know that you're actually like happy to do it all the time. I think that there's an element here, this Queen of Wands. I think for a lot of you, you are okay with holding out for the right person because you know your self-worth, okay? And some of you might tell yourself that. It's like, I know my worth, the right person will come along, etc. But I feel like sometimes that's used to cover this underlying thing that seems to happen repeatedly, okay? This Four of Pentacles with this Seven of Swords. I feel like there is a holding on to old energies and old ways. That kind of put, what's the word I'm looking at? It like puts a blocker for you on giving love as well as receiving love. This Ten of Wands here. We're going to get into this more. I want to read on this more. There's something you've been tiptoeing around, and I think it has to do with past trauma. And I think it's the past trauma that affects current situations. Yeah, the Five of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. The Six of Cups, past trauma. That's literally what this is. Literally. Five of Swords, Six of Cups, past trauma. Past hurt, past pain. Okay? And I think when it comes to your very deep, intimate, and personal relationships, okay, this Empress card here, this Empress is going to like birth from you in all the relationships you have moving forward once you get in touch with what those traumas are and acknowledge them. I want to pull this Empress card out, and I want to leave it out. Actually, I think that this is like the overall energy for the entire reading. The Six of Cups, this Five of Swords, and this Empress card right here. I'm going to take them out. I think this is a very important message. That, especially with that Queen of, where did it go? There was a Queen of Wands here. I could have swore I saw it. Yeah, there she is. We're going to dive into this more here. Hold on. It's on the bottom of the deck. The High Priestess. And death. Death of old trauma. Let's clarify. That's what we're going to do here. So in your most recent past, this Four of Swords and the Fool. Okay, again, I sensed this retreat. This retreat from everything. Why? What's the retreat about? What's the retreat about? King of Wands. The Hermit. Retreat. Retreat. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, this is stepping back, retreating, looking for internal wisdom. Okay. About repeating cycles. The World card. You already know, I feel like you are equipped enough to step back and assess. Okay, you're Aquarius. You're up here. You are equipped enough to step back and assess your emotions better now. I feel like you are coming into a place that where before disaster strikes, you are capable of really being discerning and really being analytical about what's going on around you. Okay. And I think in your most recent past here, okay, there's Rico Suave. There's Rico Suave. This is the King of Wands. You've got the Queen of Wands in your future energy. Okay. The Tower also came up. I think that where relationships have failed for you in the past, it's because, well, the person that you're with, you hold them in this regard, okay? Because Aquarius, you wouldn't pick somebody unless they were like perfect for you, right? Aquarius is very fussy about who they choose to let into their life to be their partner, okay? And I think that part of the problem and why there's been these repetitious tower moments surrounding your partners, it's because you put them on a pedestal. But when it's come to your own self-worth, right here, okay, this is the overall energy, the Empress. When it comes to your own self-worth, I think that you've considered yourself lucky to have them, but yet not holding yourself in the regard of being their equivalent. You've put them on a pedestal, and now there's this great expectation upon them to be something. There's that, first of all, but there's this other part, this going around in your head with that 8 of Swords. Where did it go? I know it was here somewhere. It kept flying out. Flew out in the meditation a lot. Okay, but I think that this is what goes on around in circles in your head, and how the self-sabotage happens is like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not as good as. It feels more like I'm not as good as. Where the other person does see you as their equivalent, does see you as good as. But ultimately, okay, you get shaken back down because this lesson needs to be learned. This lesson with the Hermit about self-worth needs to be learned. But I think up until the most recent past year, like I think it's something that's finally clicked for you that, hey, maybe I'm having a hard time with these relationships because I don't know my self-worth. Okay? It's been in question. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Trauma does that to people. It makes you question your self-worth. Whatever form that trauma has come in. But let's continue. I just want to pull a couple more. This Tower. Let's read more on this Tower. The Star. Okay, yeah. What's come out in your current energy? Okay. Your past is coming into your current energy. And that's kind of what I've been saying for this whole reading. Past trauma is now in your current energy. In your current energy, you had the 5 of Wands. In your past, okay, 5 of Wands. Also, I think this is representative of you. Here you are. Okay, this, I think, tells a story. Here you are in pursuit of passion. Okay, the beginning of passionate relationships and manifesting with other people. Okay, The Three of Cups also, manifesting with other people, heartfelt relationships, in pursuit. Remember, you got the Star card, that's your future. In pursuit of your happiness. A happy home, emotionally happy home. And having a partner in it. Look. Okay? But ultimately, it is that past trauma that gets in the way. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. Aquarius, this is you. This is all of the traits that go along with your zodiac sign are right here. The swords can be very guarded, maybe not wanting to talk about that trauma, not wanting to talk about that past hurt, not wanting to talk about those past triggers, not sharing very easily. Okay? I'd rather just not think about it. If I don't think about it, I'll just push it down. It only affects me as much as I think about it. The fact is, if you don't deal with the past hurt, if you don't identify it for what it is and try to heal it, it moves into the future energy or the current energy and the future. And I see it here in this current energy as well. Let's read on that though. Let's read on this. You had the Ace of Wands, the Five of Wands, Strength, the King of Cups, and the Sun. Where is this person for you? Where is this person for you? I think he would very much so like to be in a loving, committed relationship. That's what I see from this. A loving, committed relationship. A loving, committed relationship. Okay, this also represents you and your intentions and the things that you want. Okay? This Queen of Pentacles would be the ruler of this this Ten of Cups. And so, right here too, okay? There's this desire for deep love and connection and commitment. Deep love and commitment. Let's read some more. And like I said, it's about getting those emotions under control. Here, hold on. Bear with me a second. The Six of Cups came up in reverse, and I feel like it's not wanting to acknowledge the past stuff. We don't want to talk about the past. That's what I keep hearing. I don't want to talk about the past. Forward. The Chariot keeps coming up on the deck, on the bottom of the deck. I haven't acknowledged it to you yet, but it's been on the bottom of the deck repeatedly throughout this reading. And it's like, forward. I don't want to talk about the past. Don't want to talk about it. And I think to a degree, you think it's dealt with, but it's not. It's not dealt with. This is why we go around and around and around. This is why this cycle keeps happening. This getting caught in your head and the sabotage, okay? Self-sabotage, that is. When you get trapped in your head and, God, a million questions could come to mind, about yourself and the other person. Okay? But here we are with the Wheel of Fortune again. And the Tower. The Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands came up as well. Commitment. I couldn't think of a more committed page in the deck. This card, okay, this person is loyal, dutiful, committed, can be trusted, reliable. I think that's what you seek, and it's just not coming forward here. Let's look at your future energy. Okay, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. A lot of wands. the Ace of Swords, which came up a lot, the Ten of Swords. I think this is about really acknowledging the past pain here. In order to have deep, committed, loving relationships, first you must have a deeply loving, committed relationship with yourself. And part of that is cleaning out the hurt, cleaning out the wound, putting on the salve, putting on the bandage, and starting to heal it. Starting to heal it. This is it. This is... Universe is pulling us through it now as being extremely important. Okay. Last card for... Last cards. Lots of cards. Yeah. It's these feelings. It's this past trauma and this past hurt. Like if this person did this to me, the next person is going to do this to me, and the next person is going to do this to me. But simply by being in that state, you end up doing it to yourself. Okay, that other person can feel that off of you. Okay, it's time to start talking about the things we don't talk about. And I think it does have to do with love and your intimate relationships. Okay, I feel like there is a fear of abandonment. You are prepared to be abandoned constantly. That's what it feels like. I'll just prepare for them to go because they're going to anyway, and ultimately the energy that is put into it is what you get back. I can feel that. Last messages from the universe. Okay. High Priestess here. Self-healing. Self-healing. To make way for this Ten of Cups, to make way for this Star card, it is going to require getting in touch with the nitty-gritty and learning. What comes here? There's the Wheel of Fortune again. Karmic lessons. Lessons repeating themselves, cycles going around and around. The Queen of Cups to match that King of Cups. This is, again, what else does it have to say? Okay, to let the love, to let the love come in. Okay, Queen of Cups again, to let the love come in. This old part of you, this Page of Swords who has their back up, who has their walls up, who doesn't share the deep, dark things about them. To let the love in, okay, you're going to have to put down your sword. I know that's a very difficult thing to do. It's a very difficult thing to do. But while you're standing in defense mode, the love that you seek can't come through. It's very difficult for that love to come through. So what can we do about it? What can we do about that? Because I can see the desire is here and I want you to be happy. How can we empower Aquarius to realize how worthy you are of the purest love? Okay, the Empress, she knows. She knows how worthy she is. Okay. How can we empower Aquarius to realize the Empress that they are, to start dealing with this past pain? How can we do that? This fear of abandonment. I want to pull. This is a fear of loss, fear of abandonment. The Three of Swords came up again, the King of Cups came up again, the Eight of Swords came up again, and the Eight of Wands. The Knight of Cups. if you have someone in your life right now that you're just even talking to, like messaging, you're mingling, I'm supposed to tell you right now to step out of your own mind. All the things that you think are so, all of these things you're going around about, do they like me, do they not like me? That's what it feels like. It's like, what are they thinking? What should I be thinking, because what are they thinking? And around we go. And I feel like I'm supposed to tell you that that is the way to heartache for yourself, okay? I am starting to think that the heartache that you feel is really not external. It's coming from within, and it's because it's being in this state here. I'm supposed to tell you to, easier said than done, I'm supposed to tell you to find a way to quiet your mind right now and just don't think the negative things. Again, easier said than done. Okay, much easier said than done. The King of Cups, okay? His emotions are balanced in the rockiest of storms. Okay, he is very good at knowing that the storm will pass. Where'd it go? There's this Queen of Pentacles again, the Empress. Okay. Lots of cards here. Nurture yourself is the message here right now, I think. There's some stuff that you need to get in touch with. Okay, this is the Empress. The Empress would love herself so much. She would give herself all the time necessary, but we got to get that mind quieted down. The mind needs to be quieted down. Run yourself a bath. Whatever you need to do to let your mind free, get a good book, drop some psychedelics, just give yourself some love. The love that you feel you need so badly from someone else right now, put that love back into yourself. Love yourself the way you would want a lover to love you. Okay? I don't care what you do. Like, you want to give yourself some attention, do that.